Okay, I alluded to another topic here. Let me tell you a story, and this I think has a huge. You'll be understand a lot about what's going on this past month and a half, 2 months of this virus thing. You'll understand a lot more once I share this with you. You might be one of these people, you might not, but you'll see it in others. It's blatant. Back in, I think it was 2005, Hurricane Katrina knocked out New Orleans and Mississippi. I think it was 2005. At that time, where I worked, we could watch what I did. We had television all the time. I watched that thing from beginning to end. I'd go home, watch it again, watch more of it. I was all wrapped up in this Katrina thing. Before it hit, when it landed, afterwards, the effects and all the stuff going on. I was just totally locked into it. And to see what was happening to these people, or what I was told was going on, just broke my heart. I could not believe, innocent people and, not their fault. And this thing comes, act of God or whatever you want to call it, Mother Nature, and this thing happens, and, all this terrible, terrible tragedy. It just broke my heart. I watched Geraldo. When Geraldo cried, I cried. I got totally wrapped up in this thing. Years later, we find out that most of what we were told about Katrina was wrong, was just sensationalism. A lot of urban legend and all this kind of stuff. Most of it was baloney. It was just what it was. But I got to thinking, man, I really got caught up in that thing. And what had happened is watching these guys on the news tell this story of this event. It really connected to my emotional side, okay? It put me in an emotional state of mind. And at that time, I was compelled. I wanted to send money to someone. Hey, what can we do? What can we do? I'm 2,500 miles away. We got to do something. Oh, these poor people, this and that, and yada, yada. But I was compelled because I was it had altered my state of mind, put me into an emotional state of mind. Okay, and I was trying to make decisions, trying to do something. Okay, not that there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself. But I've learned since then that in that emotional state of mind, I make ineffective decisions, acting more on impulse. There's probably a couple of cops and ex-girlfriends that could give you their personal testimonies of my emotional state. Not a winning attitude. So I've learned over time, being old enough now, that if I'm involved in something like this virus thing, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, and it's going to involve me somehow happen, be in my environment, I'm going to have to make decisions, especially if you're the man of the household. If a lot of decisions falls on you, I have to make effective decisions, because it's not just for me, it's for everyone around me. And I'm not going to make an effective decision or decisions if I'm in that emotional state of mind. Okay, I have to avoid the emotional state of mind, stay over here to make proper decisions, winning decisions. So a lot of people, and I've had people here at home talk to me about this. Did you see that video? That doctor, the crying, those people. Did you see the thing of Spain? Did you see all these videos that people want you to watch? And you can see how it's got them emotional. I said, nothing wrong with that, being emotional. But you see how it's made them emotional. And they want to share that with me. Watch this video. Now, I already know. They're going to try to they don't know this. But I'm going to watch this video. It's probably going to be tugging at your heartstrings. It's going to break your heart. And you're going to enter the emotional state because of what you're seeing. I can't afford to do that. I don't watch any of these videos. Did you see this? Did you hear that? Not interested. Not because I'm a hard ass, because I cannot afford to go there. Okay, I've done animal rescue for years and years and years. People would always come and tell, oh, did you see that video? Or we got to. I already know the drill. I have to stay sharp if I'm going to make a quality decision as far as an animal rescue situation. I don't go to the emotional side. It's just a dog. Okay, just a hunk of meat and wrapped in leather. That's where I make my decisions from, and it's very effective for both me and the dog. But I've learned that I need to avoid that emotional state of mind if I'm going to make effective decisions. If you watch the news and most of the videos that you've seen on YouTube or anything else about this virus situation, 99% of it is trying to draw you into that emotional state of mind and potentially make you ineffective as far as a decision maker. So when you see people say things or acting a certain way, or a lot of these, like I talked in the previous video, these pundits telling you how, shaming you to make better, you should do this and think of that and la-di-da. You're going to find out right now, you're seeing this. Before, they had everyone in their emotional state of mind and could pretty much manipulate where they wanted us. Well, after a month and a half, and like here, we've had very little death. So people are exiting the emotional state of mind. They're getting back to more rational and say, okay, we need to go back to work. Okay, it's not affecting us here. We need to make, this is kind of ridiculous. Okay, people are being dramatically, they're getting economic SHTF everywhere around here. And we need to turn this thing around. And you're going to see these pundits now are upping the game because they are emotionally invested. And you might have a family member, some of you, who is emotionally invested, and it's upsetting them that you haven't stayed the course, threatening to come out of your home, come out of this lockdown, and threatening to go back to work. So now that's the battle that I'm seeing. Is now you have these people who are leaving the emotional state of mind. They're saying, okay, this thing isn't panning out. It's not as bad as we thought, for whatever reason. And we need to get back to work. And you see those that are emotionally invested are really going to have a problem with this. And so you'll see more interviews, more people of experts saying, oh, this is terrible. We have to hunker down. It's not over, blah, 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 and all this kind of thing. But remember, they're preying on your state of mind. If you have someone, a friend or a relative or whatever, and they've really gone wacky with, it's because they are emotionally invested. They're in that emotional state of mind, and they're not making good decisions for the most part. And they're going to fight it because it's a painful position to be in. This thing that so scared them, and people are starting to fall away from their belief or whatever. So they have to start reflecting and looking back at themselves, and that freaks people out. So that's why you're going to see a lot of stuff, or you're seeing a lot of stuff now where it's people they're doubling down. Okay. We see a lot of it here as far as the people that, leaders and such. We have the mayor in the city next to me. I saw it from the get-go. This guy went from here to the emotional state of mind and started making all the decisions from here. And he's failed miserably. He's taken a lot of flack. He's waffled. He's this, that, and the other thing. But he's still trying to get people, getting on, oh, it's so bad. Dude, and he's not running again because he knows he can't get elected. But you're seeing how this guy's operating for that emotional state of mind, which is fine if this is an emotional person, but he never should have been put in a position of leadership. I mean, this guy folded like a wet towel. He's done other things like this too, but you can see now this guy was never meant for leadership. It's just the people running against him are so bad, most people voted for him. But yeah, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I'll call it the rational side, the emotional side. Me personally, I will avoid the emotional side at all costs, unless I'm at a movie. You're watching some romance or some escapism or something like that, great. But if I'm in a situation where all of a sudden I have to make decisions, I have to avoid that emotional state of mind. Okay, I need to stand over here, stay over here, and say, okay, let's assess this. What do I really need to do? I know that everything around me, my environment wants to pull me there, but I have to avoid that state of mind to make effective decisions. That's why you're seeing so much of what's going on. People saying the things they're saying, people hanging on. This is outside of all the political agendas that are going on. I think if you've been awake at all, you can pretty much see the agendas behind all the activities going on. And don't think that there's just one thing going on. There's a zillion of them. And I think this coronavirus deal has really exposed so many of these agendas, both political, it's just the power trips and all this stuff that's going on. You're going to see all these agendas. It's almost like, my gosh, it's plain as day. How everyone's taking this opportunity to push their agenda. 10 minutes, I'll shut up. Anyhow, if it comes down to where you need to make decisions, stay out of your emotional state. The emotional state of mind is nowhere to be. You will not make effective decisions. And that can be very dangerous. Love you. God bless.